Hey, Scorpio, hope you're doing well. We're going to do your aha moment for November, action, healing advice. Thank you for being here today. If you're new, all the info you need is listed down below. And your Palo Santo is still going. That's kind of crazy. I did want to say your overall energy was breathe and chaos and conflict. So if you've really been going through it and it feels like nothing's going right, everything's upside down, they're saying just breathe. Let's just breathe. Everything's going to come into balance. The dates of 7/22 might be important to you, or January 12th or 13th. Also the number 1313 if you're seeing those syncs, or 1212. So let's go ahead and get started. Under the action category, we have journey and house. That's a 10 and 20 card. I thought that was kind of interesting. Ooh, sacred contract. Taurus got that as well. So some of you might be moving, or they're just saying it's time for you to take action on this sacred contract that you have on the home front, or something that feels like home to you. Let's go ahead and get one more. Ancestral wisdom, lay of the land, number 34. So yes, it's like it's time for change. Perhaps the conflict at the house, maybe somebody's moving in the process of moving. Let's see what this entails here. Changes are coming, or changes needed, with the wind chimes. Baby steps, steady progress, one step at a time. So perhaps these changes were in the works and trying to already be made, and that's where the chaos and conflict came in. We have children. It could be a past life contract, or it could just be children in your home. In the mind, someone is not speaking their inner truth. I feel like this is a past life connection with the children card, or something faded from childhood, maybe a life mission, something to that extent. Let's get the tarot out here and see. What's the journey here with house for? So something needs to be healed or reinvigorated. With the star card, we have the star and the moon. So much has been hidden. Could be a lack of passion or confidence in the connection with the Queen of Wands. Could also be dealing with a fire sign, but it's like everything that's under the surface needs to kind of be uncovered. And it feels like everyone thought that they were doing that with the Eight of Pentacles. But since I did want to mention the healing, we have the main male and female with occupation here. Everybody could be just focused either on stability, on working on their own career path, instead of actually working on the connection within the household. Maybe realizing that they had worked through it as much as they can. They need either outside help or something to that extent. Let's see, what's the deal with the Eight of Pentacles? Why is the Eight of Pentacles here? And I'm getting the message that someone hasn't taken action because, like, of family conditioning or values. They don't want to make the same mistakes as their ancestors did. They're trying to break that ancestral trauma, but I don't know. There's something keeping stuck there. We do have past lives, success, exhaustion, which is the Nine of Swords, going with the flow, and ordinariness. This is the ordinariness card has been coming out like crazy. I believe it came out for Gemini, Aries, and Taurus, and could have came out for some other signs as well. And it's basically like the status quo, like listening to that programming from when we were younger and not listening to our intuition. Just trying to go with the flow, hope that it'll change, working on it to the best of the ability, but they're saying, no, it's time for actual movement here. So what needs to be moved? Like, are they moving house? Where's this change coming in? So everyone's kind of back and forth with it. Ancestral guidance again. So they're really trying to get through to someone here, maybe even in the dream state. And if this is your message, which it is collective, so please take what resonates, leave the rest. You know this, and it's been very back and forth. But someone's ready for change, drowning in emotion. That matches the moon card quite significantly. And the mask card, denial, falsehoods, or illusions. So seeing through those now and speaking the inner truth. What is their inner truth? What is the truth that needs to be spoken about? Knight of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, Six of Wands, and the High Priestess. a lot of secrets or a lot of holding back of feelings. And I think someone either saw something in a different light or doesn't feel appreciated. Maybe feels that they lost a little bit of their independence in the connection, or perhaps they're in charge of all of the finances and bringing in all the money. Let's get a card to tie these in here. Oh, there's peace and loss and great achievement. That's also a 12. Well, 1 and a 2, 1 and a 2, 1 and 2. Oh, and peace is a 2 as well. So you've got numerous 2s on the board here. 22 is a common number. But it's, wow. Someone is going to be at peace with the fact that taking action might mean that they're losing something financially with this loss and great achievement. Or they might need to come to peace with the fact that they put in so much work for this and it's going to incorporate a loss. I mean, like mental and physical, emotional effort as well as finances. And they might be trying just to fix it without going through the loss. You know, there's so many variables since it is a collective message. So healing. Occupation. What is this occupation between this main male and main female? An inner wisdom, a deep knowing. We've got the Fox card again. That came out in, was it Taurus or Aries? I think it was Aries. Hesitancy to pick a side, need for balance. There's the Fox. Lies and deceit, deception, trickery. Resolution, fairness, justice. And then digging up the past, buried feelings or emotions. That's that mind. But there's a deep knowing it here. It feels on both sides. Like, we've got to do something different. This needs to be healed. Ooh, runner, chaser. Tried to flip out as well. So perhaps when one person is ready to work on it, the other person is not. But we're going to find out what this bones and the Fox is. What is the Fox here for? 4 of Wands. Ace of Pentacles. The Hierophant. And the 7 of Pentacles. Ooh, wow. Okay. Let's do digging up the past before I say anything. Buried feelings or emotions. King of Cups. Something else flipped over. 3 of Pentacles. Queen of Swords. And the Hangman. Ooh. And the Ace of Swords. Ouch. Okay. So what needs to be healed here is the expectations of this commitment with the Hierophant, the Ace of Pentacles, and the 4 of Wands, or the home front. Oh, sorry, somebody's ringing my front door. 7 of Pentacles, the Hierophant, Ace of Pentacles, and 4 of Wands. Sorry, that just totally interrupted my train of thought here. There is, I don't know if it's a lie to themselves, but this was not built on solid ground. Someone didn't put forth enough of the effort or as much of the effort as the other person, or however people said it was going to go, it didn't go. And it just ended up being everybody's working constantly to try to resolve the same problems and situations that seem to keep regurgitating. And what it feels like to me is that it's a pretty good partnership with the 3 of Pentacles. So as a working relationship on the home front with the house, everything's great, but there's maybe the passion, the love is not expressed or needs to be healed again within this connection with the King of Cups. And then the Hangman, it's keeping it kind of stagnant. There's no more movement forward, maybe due to the chaos and conflict. We've got the Queen of Swords and the Ace of Swords here. So it's like someone's ready to kind of take back their power and stand up for themselves after this epiphany. Maybe someone turned into the Queen of Swords from the Scorpio energy after, you know, this truth came to light. Why is the Queen of Swords here? Completion, creativity, source, the creator. So there's 2 divine cards here. Innocence goes back to that child card, and participation. For some of you, maybe they're not helping with the participation with the children or the home, the other things. But I think that the Queen of Swords is trying to come up with a creative way to either make someone participate or really get to the root of the issue. And I think that they will with this Ace of Swords and be able to state it in a way that will help it to be healed. What is this Ace of Swords? Intuition and manifestation. So she got that download. She figured it out. She or he, it's a female on the card. Friends and colleagues. So there might be something that needs to be healed around that, or within the friend group, or realizing, I think, that it's time to manifest something else inside this situation. I'm going to get a couple more about this. What can you say about the Queen of Swords and the Ace of Swords? All right. So someone is definitely done, like, with the way it is currently, and needs that change. They're seeing it from a higher perspective. They're ready to let go of all the drama with the boomerang. They realize the time is now with the alarm clock. And this is very stable, grounded energy that's ready to be committed to these changes with the rock, which is awesome. So for the advice, we have toil and labor, family room, and coffin. So that means, like, whatever the struggle is, it's time for it to be put to rest for good, to heal it, to move on for the greater good. How do we want to start here? Let's start with this. For the advice, please, for Scorpio. Ooh, that seemed like a whole lot. And we got another 12. That makes sense. 12 is going to be very significant. Maybe December is going to be significant. Protecting the future, dances on one foot, balancing act, initiation with the crossing, and then we have winter's dream, gestation period. So yes, December, I think, is going to be very significant here. And someone's going to be ready to protect themselves and the future at any cost, even if it is like a balancing act here. But I feel like it's more like a step forward, because they're ready, you know, to put an end to this toil and labor. What is this toil and labor that needs to be ended? All the defense mechanisms. There's a deep sadness here. Oh, my throat chakra is now, excuse me, closing up. There's a plot twist, rewriting your story. Defense mechanisms, words that wound, healing from that, healing from this deep sadness, heartache, brokenheartedness. The soul cry, I created that card. It's kind of like the dark night of the soul. And someone has had that in the past and is really tapped out, is ready to shed that skin and put on a new leaf, especially with signs and synchronicities. They're all over the place, and the friend. So lean on your friends during this time. There might be a friend that can give you some insight, some guidance on how. Maybe they've been through this before. Some of you might need to, like, take the friendship out of the equation and put the love back in there. What's the deal with the friend? I'm feeling that kind of strongly, that it has just gotten to such a point of friendship, and someone's really thirsty for that change. Yeah, with the Knight of Wands, the Ten of Wands, the Tower, and the Strength card. They have to have the strength to say it. Like, do you still feel this passion for me? Do I still feel this passion for you? Because the burden now is too great. I'm ready to cross over. And look at how these just match. Like, this Ten of Wands, she's coming down the mountain, not carrying the weight. The ox is carrying the weight, you know, walking forward. And the initiation, walking across this bridge into a new portal. So I think this person is going to jump timelines, or definitely heal or correct the timeline of the situation. What's this Tower entail? Thank you for being here today, guys. If this resonated, please like, comment, subscribe. I would love to have you here. Clinging to the past. Consciousness, postponement, guilt. So there could be some guilt here about the feelings or about what needs to take place. And someone's suppressing it. There's two tens here. So the way things were is going to come to an end. Doesn't mean the situation's going to come to an end. It means that all this chaos and conflict is going to have to come to an end. And someone's really coming into touch with the conscious card here about this Four of Cups energy, this postponement. Like everything's gray. I just need to find the color again. And that color to me represents the good within this relationship. And sometimes when we cling to the past and resentments and what went wrong or past guilts, it's hard to come back from that. It's hard to not suppress that because it just becomes like, well, nothing's wrong today. I don't want to shake up things today. Or if you've tried to reinvigorate that passion and you get rejected in some way, even if someone's just occupied with work or whatever, it's hard to get that courage to come back forward and request that again because it feels like a personal rejection. Whoa, I guess these want to come out. The vast universe and professional assistance. So some of you might need to get professional assistance. There's present power here, which is balancing the divine masculine and feminine within, balancing your emotions with your heart space. And all of this is just hidden within. It's like, oh, how do I even want to say it? It's so close to the surface. But I think someone feels guilty for feeling this way. Milestone. This is a huge milestone. This taking back of the power and the fixing this. It also feels like this is some situation that's been going on for quite some time. What else can you tell us about this? And we'll get some final advice. 5 of Pentacles. So that loss, being left out in the cold, being left behind. I don't like how these fell out. It could be like if they want to go down a different path too, the loss that they'll incur from that. And change is hard, especially if someone's been a part of your life and your routine for a long time. 2 of Cups. 8 of Wands and the Devil. So that's what's in the way. This Capricorn energy, this restriction is keeping movement away because someone is still like not speaking their truth or moving forward until now. All right, let's get some final advice and we'll wrap it up. Final advice for Scorpio. Veering off path, misdirection, financial matters. Face your fears or realize them. Sometimes, just realizing your fears changes the energy up a lot. And then that kind of came out for not for you. This person or situation is not for your highest good. I feel that that's a fear for someone here. And that may or may not be true, but it's a fear and it could be holding back the energy because someone's having a hard time seeing what the other side would be if this relationship wasn't in their way. Corrections or apologies needed, dependent upon free will. Golly, guys, check out that Taurus reading. Don't let pride get in your way. Remove blockages and take action. It's time to address and fix the problem. Be vulnerable and step out of your comfort zone. Lots of good things coming here, Scorpio. Just remember, this chaos and conflict is coming to an end. If this is your story, I think that you'll feel it on a different level and realize that, changes are coming and that they're going to be good. So I'm always rooting for you guys. I'm sending you lots of love and light. I'll be back soon. Take care.